Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Dynamo video. In this one, we're talking about Monday Night Football, and we got 5 really good picks for you guys today. As always, 2 Monday night games again, which is pretty cool that we've been getting 2 Monday night games every week. So let's get into these picks for you guys to consider. These are going to be some of my favorite picks here, and we're going to use a really cool tool called Outlier here. If you guys want to check it out, free trial down below with the link we have here. Also, if you guys are looking for another place to play besides Prizepicks, get a 100% deposit match of $250 and a free square here. Jalen Hurts over a half passing yard, so free square for new users only. And they got a ton of props up over here on Thrive as well, and slightly higher payouts than Prizepicks. So definitely check it out with the link to take advantage of that free money on Thrive. Now for this one, the first guy we're going to go to here is Mike Evans, over 54.5 receiving yards. I don't know why this one is so low. I guess just because it's a tough matchup, but seems really low. 171 last week, 66 the week before that. If we come over to Outlier, you can see a lot of great information here. And right off the bat, you type in Mike Evans. The last 5 games, he's hit this 80% of the time. Last 10, 70% of the time. And in 2022, hit this in 69% of games. Also, these sportsbooks really like it. Minus 115, minus 127. Digging in a little more, you can see in the last 5 games, he's hit it 4 out of 5. Hit it in the last 4 of 4 games. This one's been kind of all over the place. Opened at 53.5. It's gone up to 57.5. Right now, we got it at 54.5. So really liking this one. Receiving yards allowed. The Philadelphia ranks 31st in the league right now as well. So the can be passed on so far this year. It's just 2 games. But we saw Baker throw for over 300 yards in the game before. Evans, deep threat. He just needs really 2 catches, it seems like, and he's been hitting big plays. So really like Mike Evans on the first one. And you can actually filter here by only home games. So has hit this in 6 of 6 of his last 6 home games, I guess. So definitely like Mike Evans. I think that's a good one to go to. A guy I don't like that much, it's going to be Jalen Hurts. Not going to say he's going to have a bad game, but he just hasn't been, as dominant this year as he was last year. Maybe it's because, Philadelphia's just trying to win these games. They're not being super flashy. They didn't have to do a ton. This game is expected to be slightly kind of low scoring. Hurts both games under 200 pass yards. And then you could look at the rush yards, 43.5, which he hasn't really come close to either. But I like the combination. So if you add both these up, it's 283. Or you could take 290 and take the under. So I like the under on both of the passing and rushing. So you might as well take a little savings here on 290.5 under. If we take a look at this one, they have it at 286.5 right now. But in his last 10, you could see it's hit 5 out of 10 on the under in his last 10. But hitting the last 5 here, it's hit in 4 of the last 5 games, with the only outlier being that Super Bowl game, obviously. And these ones haven't been close to 290. Like 228 is the closest we've come to seeing 290. So I like this one, and it seems like a good one to take here. Also, we can look at these other sports books here. They have it at minus 115, but they have it at 286. We're getting it at 290, so getting some savings here. Better deal on Prizepicks than other betting sites. So we'll take the under for Hurts in this game. And then we're going to go to this guy who's getting no respect. Puka Ngata here, 65.5 receiving yards, which has been nothing to him. 147 against the Niners, 119 in week 1. Saw 20 targets in the last game. Just 66 yards against the Bengals, who haven't been great. I think this one is a great play here. I don't know why it's so low. They like it on the sites, minus 125 for his over. Obviously, not many stats on him because he's only played 2 games and he's absolutely smashed it in both games. So not a ton to look at here, but It did open up 62.5, went all the way up to 66.5. Now it's sitting at 65.5 on Prizepicks. We like the over. I think this one is kind of a smash here. And then I'm going to go to some defensive players here for the final two picks. Going to Ryan Neal. Going to go under on 6.5 tackles plus assists. Neal here under 6.5. You can see the sportsbooks really like it. Minus 135, minus 137, minus 135 at 6.5. Digging into this one in his last 10 games is 7 out of 10 have gone under this season so far. He had 8 last game, 6 in the first game. So this year has done a little better, but you can see in the last 10, 7 of 10. So also only home games, you can see this one has hit the under in 3 of 5 games. So we're liking that one, mostly because the sports books are liking it, and the last 10 as well is a pretty good indication. And then we're going to go to Cunningham here for the Eagles. We're actually going to go over on this one at 6.5. So coming over here, and let's look at Cunningham. The over, a lot of sportsbooks like it, minus 130, minus 131, minus 130. In the last game, went way over it with 8 here. First game, 4. Actually pulling him up on ESPN. Last season, he was with the Titans. So definitely in a new defense where he's in line for more tackles in this defense with the Eagles. So liking Cunningham over here. The sports books really like it as well. So that's going to be the 5th pick. If you guys are interested in Outlier, it's a pretty cool tool that I haven't even fully dove into here. There's so much you can see on here. Free trial if you want to check it out in the link in the description. Also, we mentioned in the beginning, Thrive, use the link down below. 100% deposit match up to 250 plus a Hurts free square over that pass yard. So you could take Hurts there, and there's a ton of props, different ones over here on Thrive. Then Prizepicks to take advantage of, and some higher payouts. So definitely check those two out. Now let's do a quick recap of the picks. Our defensive picks, we got Cunningham over his tackle plus assist. Sportsbooks really like it with Philadelphia. He's just playing in a position where he's going to fall into a lot more tackles. Ryan Neal here under. The sportsbooks really like it again. In his last 10, I think 7 times went under this total. Puka Ngata has had 2 massive games, and it seems like a good situation in this one still to absolutely be smashing this total again. And then we got Jalen Hurts. Don't really like him on the pass or rush in this, and combined you actually get some better savings at 290.5. So I'll be taking the under on that one. And then we got Mike Evans. Definitely like the over on this. I forget how many times. I think it's hit in the last 4 or 5 games and something like that. Ton of stats to back this one up. It's been a nice deep threat. Philadelphia has given up the most passing yards in the league, I think, so far. So what we saw in Outlier, so definitely like all these picks. If you guys enjoyed this one, subscribe to the channel, check out Thrive and the free trial of Outlier, and I'll see you guys in the next one.